Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo and even carrying the ball forward, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary. And Batistuta! Alexander-Arnold getting this one clear. And it's Szoboszlai. This looks promising. Chance! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Well, that pass isn't the best. Szoboszlai. Now then, the ball's come loose. Spread out to the left. And big header! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And it's Kukçu. Oh, that's clever. Can he get onto this? He's got away. Camavinga with the clearance. Now he's got space here. Well, that has not gone well. Can he get it through? Now it's Isak, looking to play him in. And this is Batistuta. Bernardo Silva is always looking to break lines. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Haaland. And there's green grass ahead of him. Arsenal leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Guardiola did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Messi comes under pressure and it's come loose. Van der Ven cuts out the pass. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta. Szoboszlai. Ødegaard. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a wide position. Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. And that has been cleared. And it's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai! Oh, just fizzes past the post.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Guardiola. Pass somewhat off target. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Bernardo Silva. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Isak.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Guardiola does really well to win the ball there. Ødegaard, he's tried one! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Swings in across. Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Looking for a runner. And this is Messi. And that is expertly dealt with. Szoboszlai. Great ball if he can get there.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, they've got it again. 5 minutes till the break. And it's Szoboszlai. That is ended up in no man's land. Alexander-Arnold. Bernardo Silva. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Guardiola. Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Guardiola. Referee has just said play on. Ambitious ball here. Oh, super find. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Messi, and he's had it nicked away. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Arsenal head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
For Manchester United, number 9, Erling Haaland.
So off we go once more.
Bernardo Silva.
Arsenal carrying a 1-goal lead.
Number 20,
Isak. Oh, he's got a sight of goal.
Mohamed Salah.
And he's there to retrieve it. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Not the most accurate pass. Chance here to counter. Alexander-Arnold. Mendes kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. That's been cut out, well played. And he's forced to go back. Vardiol gets over and intercepts. Now it's Messi. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's managed to get through. Can he finish? Arsenal just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Ødegaard. And it's Alexander-Arnold. That's good vision. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And he's picked out the run. Well, that has not gone well.
The attendance for this
And it's
match was
Kupchu.
71,500.
Oh, he's onto this. Oh, nicely intercepted. So we've reached the hour mark. Nuno Mendes, a probing pass, and he was alert to it.
Manchester United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Tries to play it through. He has found the way through. And he shoots! And he hits the net. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish.
Mbappe is on. Can he finish? Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Mohamed Salah. That's Rijkaard. And it's Mendes. Pass somewhat off target. Guardiola. Looking for the run. It's a pretty loose pass. Rijkaard. And he cuts out the supply. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he was quick to react. Messi. And here's Azar. He's under a lot of pressure there. Kukçu.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now that's well seen too. Plays a sharp little ball here. Ødegaard. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Knocks it into space. Cannavaro makes the interception. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
He steps in, and that's the end of that.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Looking for options for movement. He's having a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives. And that should get the job done.
Added time.
Ødegaard. Now it's Haaland. No, he's not going to get any further than that. And that is that. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly entertaining until the very end. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Kukçu is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Nicely shaped ball. And he was quick to react. Well, that had the makings of something promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Adams does really well to win the ball there. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Claude Makaleli, a player whose name entered the very language of the game, Jim.
Yeah, but his arrival in English football, Peter, I felt was key in taking the title from the previous season's Invincibles. And his first goal in English football was scored on what was the homecoming of the new champions, was it not?
Yeah, stoppage time penalty. He missed it actually, but he did score on the rebound.
Yeah, that's right. Not glamorous, nor spectacular, but no less crucial. It pretty much describes him as a player.
Mbappe did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. He's shifting through the gears here. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's having a go! Now, who's going to be first to this? It's a good-looking delivery. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Guardiola makes the interception. Makaleli. Camavinga.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Searching pass he's played there. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Still goalless at the moment. Oh, this looks sharp. Soboslai. And this is... And Batistuta! And that is wildly off target.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Camavinga. Guardiola. Ødegaard. And it's Alexander-Arnold.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Neymar. Neymar's cross. And he's got his range wrong there. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Isak! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Out towards the flank. Camavinga goes sliding in. Takes aim and crosses. Cleared away. Tigres deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident. And the finish! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Guardiola. Well timed, excellent interception. And he's heaved it away. And it's Kukçu.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Kukçu to Guardiola. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And he's there to get it away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Arsenal have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Cannavaro, not the most accurate pass. Now then, the ball's come loose. And there's the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Asegúrense de arrojar toda la basura en los botes distribuidos en el estadio. Muchas gracias.
And we're off again.
Arsenal are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his...
Mbappe! Oh, he's really drilled it. Corner number 2 then. Kaká with the short one. Decent chance! Another save.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Mbappe! Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Ødegaard, lovely pass, but can he get there? Nuno Mendes. Looking for the run. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Kaká. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Cross in. Played it again. Oh, that's a key interception. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, this is a great... Goes for a shot! Szoboszlai. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. And the pass is intercepted. Just about up to the hour now. Played into space. No luck with that dink over the top. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And that's aimed into the middle. Oh, he's been caught napping. No, that's been intercepted. Ødegaard. And this is Batistuta! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Aimed beyond the defence. Great defending, strong and determined. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Kaka can so cleverly bypass the press. That's beautifully weighted. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And it's Messi. Great vision. Messi. That'll be a throw.
Cambio en Tigres. Número 22. Entrará al campo. Número 7.
Cannavaro. Now it's Mbappe. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Tigres have their third corner.
Tigres clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very
good effort from distance. And no one is overly concerned about that.
No, it's a fair attempt. I think he felt he could line one up there. The odds were never really in his favour.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Szoboszlai. Plays a sharp little ball here. Brilliantly cut out. Guardiola. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Makalele demonstrating his defensive quality there. He can run onto that. Szoboszlai. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now it's Kane, and this is Messi. Nicely weighted ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Cambio en Tigres. Número 20. Entrará al campo. Número 21. Se va a realizar un cambio.
So there's going to be another change here. Arsenal will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Rafinha, Van Dijk cuts it out. Rijkaard. Tigres finding their passes.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, he's been caught on it here! And he's managed to get free. Bullish header! Yes, he's done it! And that's got to be it! That has got to be it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Arsenal take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Haaland! It's a loose ball. Rijkaard. 4 added minutes on the board. Now this could be a chance.
That's good play from him.
Can he finish? Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's really well cleared. Messi hurtling down that right flank. And there goes the final whistle. Arsenal have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel...
Batistuta! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Another moment of magic. A real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And he's managed to get free.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Serginho gets into a good position. Played out wide. In by Messi. Adams clears it away. And we have our very first corner. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Well read, nice interception. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Haaland. And he welcomes it in. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Now it's Isak. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that shapes to shoot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Delivers with whip. Marquinhos is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Batistuta gets into some space. That could spell... Oh, shooting chance! It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. And the pass is intercepted. Messi. Played over towards the opposite flank. Ødegaard. Great ball if he can get there. Good ball, good take. And this is Batistuta. An instinct... Szoboszlai! No, not the best of headers.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Chooses to go cross-field. And it's Serginho. Played in deep. Cannavaro clears. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Haaland. Adams. Ødegaard. And no, that was never going to make it. Marquinhos. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Kökçü. Well timed, excellent interception. Alexander-Arnold. Bruno Fernandes. Arsenal heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Has a shot! Just off target.
Well, even for him, that may have been a touch ambitious.
Pass somewhat off target. Isak. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Haaland. Messi looking to get on the end of this. He has found a way through. Great defending, strong and determined. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Cannavaro. Great vision.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Shot, surely! And he's following up! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And it's there! And the lead is extended still further. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
It's an eye-catching score, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Arsenal are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. There's the start of the second half. Haaland. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Haaland. Bruno Fernandes. Cross to the back post. A mighty effort! Keeper's got his work done. It's their second corner of the game. Camavinga tries to clear. And it's Messi. Kane. Oh, no joy this time. And here's Haaland. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he finish? It's in! They're back within reach! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Arsenal really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Szoboszlai. Serginho. Now, what about a counter-attack? Looking for options for movement. Serginho. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Szoboszlai. Camavinga. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Haaland. Out to the right. Now it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Kukçu is always looking to break lines. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Kane. Oh, good spread. Now it's Messi. And he was quick to react. Ødegaard. Bruno Fernandes. Adams calmly anticipates. And it's Kane. He's on it, can he get away? Now it's Messi. Threads one in. He's picked his way through. Messi. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Tomori. Kane, over to the left. There's the crossfield ball. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. He's found a way through. Serginho's cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Chance for a shot! Decent enough try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Number 21.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
To replace him is number 7, Erling Haaland. Substitutions.
And it's Messi. He's a sharp little ball here. too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Kane. Serginho. Zielinski. Szoboszlai.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He's shifting through the gears here. Haaland is onto this. Oh, smashing! They've scored! Isak duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Gave it a go, but off target.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
Coming on the field.
Tries to pass it through. It's come through and he's had a quick look at it. He gets big! And it's been given away. And one more try! Really well taken goal. Just cruising! They are cruising! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Arsenal are having a ball here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Zielinski has been caught there. It's a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 18, Isak.
Kamavinga. Tomori. Kukcu wins the duel this time. And it's Zielinski. Stood up well to him there. Can he get on the end? There's the shot! Ødegaard. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Kane. He's having a shot! It's bounced back off the post. He has done it! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
They're still trying to make a game of this. Could be danger here. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. And that will be it. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Arsenal.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And we're underway. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack. And
oh, he's been caught on it here! It's Van Basten! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Van Basten actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Van Basten! Van Basten! My word, this guy is special!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
5 minutes is...
Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Now it's Batistuta. Now that looks a decent ball. Takes a shot! He scores! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
That has been slung wide. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Kukcu. Aimed beyond the defence. Camavinga. Oh, what? Isaac! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Rice herring after the ball here. Kukcu finds himself offside. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Oh, good ball! Somersley! Ødegaard wins the duel this time. Good running, strong and purposeful. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's picked shapes to shoot! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Raul just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
and reclaimed it in a trice. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Kökçü, Isak, Cook, chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Got nowhere to hide after that one. Well, he can only improve on that one next time. Kimmich. Rice. And it's Kökçü. And Batistuta! Ah, looks a smashing ball. Rice. Rodri. That's good running with the ball. Raul. Van Basten. Raul. Ødegaard. It's a pretty loose pass. Goes for a shot! That has ended up in no man's land. Guardiola. Kökçü is always scanning the pitch for targets. Nicely weighted ball. Raul. Raul showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Crunching tackle. Camavinga. Now he's off and running. Rodri. Szoboszlai. Now he's got space here. Now it's Isak. He gets big. Goal! Arsenal! And the comeback is complete. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
And it's Kökçü. Rice. Rodri. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Ødegaard. Alexander-Arnold. For Szoboszlai. Eder Militao kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Van Basten. Eder Militao has got himself a free kick, and he is going into that little black book. Looking to play him in, and that pass just didn't quite work. And there's the end of the first half. Arsenal come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Arsenal are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break.
Substitution for Netherlands, number 41, Rice.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Number 10, Yamal.
Now that's well seen too.
Szoboszlai really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
He's through, it's one-on-one, and a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Ødegaard.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Batistuta is in a really good position out wide.
That's going in strongly.
Kimmich, great vision. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Short changes him with that pass. Now it's Van Basten. Can he get onto this? And this is Van Basten. Adams deals with that comfortably. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries to pass it through. Van Basten! And he comes up trumps again. Brilliantly cut out. Guardiola. And now a sudden chance to counter. Yamal. Now it's Van Basten. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Out to the left it goes. Szoboszlai. And it's Kukcu. Oh, nicely intercepted. Not the most accurate pass. Szoboszlai. Threads one in. And the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Arsenal certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And once more he proves rigid and robust. Looking for options for movement. Rodri. Well, that has not gone well. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
And he's only too happy to take that back. Batistuta producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Isak puts his foot on the gas, knocks it into space. Can he finish? Oh, he's been caught napping. Raul. Kimmich. Yamal in acres of space out wide. Aviati deals with that nice and simple.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Nice interception, well timed.
Arsenal clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And here's Van Basten. And that is a little undercooked. Can he get it through? And the pass is intercepted. Cannavaro. Isak. Nicked it back promptly. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that could set him on his way. And he shoots! No mistake! Again, we are level! What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Substitution for Netherlands.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
Coming on the field.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
Diego Forlan.
Not That's a little off target. Park Ji-sung is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Kukchu. Valverde. Yamal. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And that's really well manoeuvred. The Netherlands have... And that will be the final act. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly entertaining until the very end. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.